Hey y'all, I'm Heather Hendrickson, your host on Heather's Most Precious. I'm a fanatic of family, faith, friendships, and people. My hope is that this podcast puts a sparkle in your day and a smile on your face. Welcome to Heather's Most Precious. Hey y'all, welcome to a special Christmas edition of Heather's Most Precious. As you see, I am here with my youngest son, Oakley. We are so excited to talk with you today about Christmas. What do you think?
I think it's amazing.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Oakley, what does Christmas mean to you?
Christmas is celebrating Jesus Christ and how he was born.
He was born, and so we do celebrate that, don't we, in our house? What else do we do at Christmas time?
We give presents and eat food.
Yes, good food and good presents. We just celebrated with your PK and Bella, right? This last week at Thanksgiving when we went to their house. Were you more excited to get presents or give them?
I was actually more excited to give them because this is like my first year ever giving them.
Yeah.
Because oh my gosh. So I think I was just more happy to give.
Yeah.
Because this is my first year, and then I just felt excited and it felt good.
It did. Now, you say it was your first year to give, so we've given gifts that have your name on them, but you did what this year?
Actually made them.
You made gifts. What did you make?
I made paint canvases. I painted canvases.
Cool.
Can I tell you what they're about?
Absolutely.
What they look like? So one is it's this wicked themed so one side is a Glinda, but it's just day, and it's blue but with white clouds. And then the other side is Alphaba, which is dark, has yellow clouds. There's red, gold, a lot of stuff, but mostly yellow.
Texture.
Yep. Made that with a napkin, the clouds.
Oh, cool.
And then the middle, I painted white because I painted over another painting.
But they don't know that.
But then it said Wicked, Wick in green, and Kid in blue.
Very
and then
cool.
I put over a pin, a black pin.
So it really popped?
Yeah.
So now who is that for?
Bella, my grandma.
Yes. My mama, Bella is what we call her. And you made that specifically for her because why? Because
we watched the movie, and I loved it. Defying Gravity, popular. I'm Not That Girl. It's just good.
All of it, yeah.
And she's so musical. She likes the theater, stuff. And she's kind of like me. We have the one side that's just negative in my family. Then we got the other side, which is positive.
Yeah.
And then she's more of the positive side and more theater, just really
Musically
musical.
inclined. Yeah, plays the piano.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sings, all of that. So you created a gift. I do play guitar, but you created a gift that was made with love because of things that she likes, which is amazing. Now, did you do a painting for anybody else, or did you make a different kind of gift?
Oh, so I made a painting for my grandpa PK. So it was this small canvas instead, but it was black. It was so the canvas, I painted it black and put white clouds, and then the white clouds covering the moon. Oh, cool. And I put a little gloss on it to make it to make that shine, kind of. And if you're oh, the night doesn't have clouds. Well, think of them as clusters of stars. Think of something.
I love that. And what was their reaction when they opened gifts from you?
They were joyful.
Were they?
Very excited and happy.
They were. And because you spent time, right? with love in your heart to make them gifts that you knew that they would enjoy. And of course, they loved it. Now, was that something that cost a lot of money?
No.
No.
Just grabbed it at home, started painting. And that's the true gift about handmade items. You took your time and love instead of just going to a store buying something
that
like
they may or
you would
not
do
like.
to a kid.
Yeah.
But this meant, and handmade items mean more because it's like you took the time, you took the love, you did that.
Absolutely. I love that. And even Laker, your brother, made some things too, made some T-shirts for him. And so it was a big year. So all that to say, parents out there, at some point, right, we love to teach our kids the joy in giving. And I didn't know when it would happen for Oakley, but I'm so grateful that it happened. He's 10 years old. And this year, truly, he could not wait and was telling them which gift to open first because he wanted it to be the one that he made for them. It does not take a lot to do that. And even for kids, there are things that we can make if we're on a budget, things like that. But when your kid gets to this, there are certain things that you can do to help encourage them. What are some ways that you think that kids could be encouraged to help maybe look at something that they could potentially create?
Well, that's hard, but I think...
You need a minute. That's okay.
Yeah,
We're
I
good.
need a minute.
I know I asked you a big question. That's okay.
Ew.
What if it's finding something that the other person likes?
Like maybe...
Or finding that they like?
If the kid doesn't want to give, I would try not to force them, but maybe you could try saying something like, maybe you'll be good at this, or maybe you'll feel good at the end after you give them, see the reaction on their face. Maybe that will encourage them to do it. Then and you can say, you don't have to buy an item, just make something for them. And so I think that could maybe lift kids' spirit for helping, like, make gifts.
And as parents, maybe we can also make sure, like maybe Oakley, you're super into the arts and crafts and theater and all of that. So we like to have art supplies for you at hand. So when you get in that creative mindset, you have something. So you already had what you needed to be able to do it. Laker, want to make T-shirts. So we need to make sure he has T-shirts and vinyl and the press and all of that. So you can even look at what your children's, I almost said sons, but your children's interests are. And if you already have things for them, maybe it's drawing a picture of their favorite memory with the person that they're gifting. Or maybe it's baking their favorite cookie. Or maybe it is painting a picture that it represents something that y'all enjoy together, like Wicked.
And their personality.
And their personality. So there's lots of ways that we can do that. Now, do you like getting gifts?
Yes. Like,
of course,
who wouldn't love getting gifts?
Of course.
I feel that's like the normal part of being somebody, a human. Like, you're gonna be happy to get a gift.
Of course.
Adult, child, you're gonna be excited.
You will be. Is there a gift that you've been given at Christmas time that you've really enjoyed over the years?
Well, there's a lot of good stuff.
I'm sure. It's all in your room.
But I got one this year that it's like this control car.
Oh yeah, a remote control car.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so it can go in water and land, and I forgot what it's called, but like an amphibian.
Oh, okay.
But except it's saying something else, like amphibious or something.
Okay.
But water, land, both.
That's really cool. So you got to roll that outside, inside, in the pool, all of that. That's pretty cool. And that is something that came with rechargeable batteries too, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So that's a cool gift. Is there anything else that comes to mind when you think of cool gifts?
There's this this hover ball that you can shake it up to fly, and you could like throw it to your brother.
Yeah.
To catch, or not.
Yeah.
Or you could yeah, you guys could play catch, or you can make it hover. Like, try to make it, like, hover. Or you can just throw it up into the outside and let it fly.
Oh, that's cool.
And then, but make sure the up is at up, because you don't want to go like this, and then it's going to go,
yeah, break into
and then
the ground
it goes,
on a hard fall. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
What?
What is one of your favorite Christmas traditions that our family does?
Go to my Nana and Pops.
Yeah?
Cause like, I'm a share too, if
Go
that's
for
fine
it.
with you. But first, I think going to Nana and Pops, because they make a lot of good food. Also, we bring food. We also bring presents and stuff, and it's fun to gather around with them. I'm there like every weekend. It's like I move in. Like, I move in for the weekend. Like, it's like I have 2 houses.
Kind of, yeah.
And I just switch out of 2 places.
So we like to do Christmas evening with them.
And I love to make cookies with them.
Yes,
I'm
that's a lot
about
of
to
fun.
make cookies soon.
You are. That's a fun thing
and
that we do.
I love making cookies. That wasn't the second thing, though.
Okay, what's the second thing?
But the second thing, we used to have this tradition where I would go down to my Bell and PK's. And my cousins would too.
Oh, cousin camp.
Not cousin camp.
That's what we called it.
Whatever. So we drove to Great Wolf Lodge. And so then we would go to this water park and slide down, like do all this stuff. And it was super fun.
Absolutely. Rope courses and all kinds of fun stuff. Yeah, that was always the gift from
My brother
Bella.
got bored of it, so they stopped.
Well, and they don't live here anymore. There's a lot of things that go into it, but that was such a fun memory that you get to have, especially with your cousins, and always about family, right? It's fun to spend time with family, especially during the holidays.
Can I tell you a reason why you should spend a lot of time with them on the holidays?
Of course.
Well, because holidays are just like, I feel like it's natural for that to be the most natural holiday to spend family with.
Okay.
Friends, family, because you don't know how long you have with them.
Right.
Because, like, they might pass very soon. So you might be like, oh, no. But you got to spend that time on Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Day, 3 holidays. You should soak up that enjoyment while you can.
Absolutely. Is it hard that you look around kind of the table, right? And there are people missing from our family?
Yeah, it's sad. Because my great-grandpa, couldn't figure out the word. He died, or passed,
It's okay.
passed around the time, passed around Christmas. Super sad. And my grandpa got a phone call whenever we were opening presents. So we grieved, but then we pushed through, opened the presents next day. Rest of the week, we were just sad. Stay in our room, sad.
Yeah. It's a lot, and grief kind of comes in waves. Is there something that helps when you're missing the people that, family members that are no longer with us, especially at holiday times when everyone else has gathered?
Okay, you guys might think this is weird, but sometimes I like just going to my room, because waves of grief hit in different ways. So
Right.
I would go to my room and cry maybe, then come back out, try to have a good time, and that would help me. Or maybe I would talk to somebody. I don't usually do that, but sometimes I do. And it might help you guys.
Absolutely. I think those are great ways to have the grief. I think sometimes it is nice to have a little downtime by ourselves, because it can be a lot over the holidays with a lot of people there, a lot of food options, a lot of choices, very loud and chaotic sometimes. So nice to take a minute. And it is nice to remember those that are not here anymore either. right?
Mm-hmm. Like, it's sad to remember those are not here, but it's also happy because we know that they're in the place where they're getting healed.
Yeah, they're completely new, right? They're in
Yeah.
heaven. It's a beautiful thing. But we get to visit memory lane, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we get to have all of the sweet memories of going to the farm and opening gifts for Granny and Gramps, and always running downstairs when you're at PK and Bella's and seeing them, and with Grandpa at Grandma's and Grandpa and Grandma's house, going there and eating his popcorn balls, and all the times y'all went with Bella. So many fun memories that we have to hold on to. As we talked about in the beginning, Oak, you mentioned what Christmas truly is about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
So Christmas is about Jesus Christ, the gift of God gave us Jesus as a gift for us to make a connection. He was a baby and then lived on through his life, and then he died, and then he resurrected, and then he became whole again, and he made us have a connection with God.
Right. His birth, the baby that changed everything, right? God's gift was Jesus, and that's why we celebrate his birth around the Christmas time. It's just when we celebrate it. And because he was born, and because he lived a life as a man, and because he died on the cross for our sins and then rose 3 days later, he was the ultimate sacrifice. And because of that, we have a relationship or a connection with God the Father, right? Mm-hmm. And we can be made whole, and we have a hope, right? A renewed sense of hope. So for us, Christmas is a wonderful time to celebrate. Oakley, what advice would you give to parents or aunts and uncles or anybody out there that is looking to buy a gift for a kid? Do you have any tips or tricks on how to make that really cool?
So I'll have 2 parts.
Okay.
When to buy them and give them, where to hide them.
Okay.
And then the last one, you'll know whenever we get there.
Here we go.
So number 1, when should you get them? You should get them around summer. You should ask your child, "Hey, what do you want for? What do you want? What's your biggest thing that you want?" Unless if they're a summer baby, but try, because fall and winter they're gonna be like, "Are you asking me what I want for Christmas?"
Ooh, that's good. So you're a little sneaky about it.
And so yeah, then you don't have to buy them then, but try to organize something for you to remember to buy that later in the year. And for the second one, where to hide them. I think you should hide them where you can remember where it is.
Yes.
You need to.
Because, or else you'll be like me, who buys gifts in, June and July, and then keeps buying around Christmas because I forgot that I ordered something because I hid it so well, even for myself. And then you get it the next year for your birthday. It's very exciting.
Actually, one year I found the presents, me and Laker.
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
We only saw one for me and one for him.
Oh, okay. But you're not going to look this year, are you? That's a no, everybody.
That's the whole point for a kid.
No, we're not going to look. It's supposed to be a surprise.
Okay. Well, the last one. This is the surprise one.
Okay.
So, what should I give to my kid? Something that revolves in their personality.
Okay.
I know we talked about this earlier, how I gave stuff that fit their personality. That's what you need to give them. Or if they really want something, that's what you should buy. And I want to do one little thing that's kind of out of the topic. Make them have one big thing, the most expensive item, big thing.
Yeah.
And then have these, and then the rest be little things.
That's a good idea.
Because you have this, maybe you buy them a puppy. And and that's the big item.
Mm-hmm.
And then you buy them the rest, like a Nintendo Switch. Like, that's expensive, but it's still less expensive than a dog.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I'm not giving good
I
advice.
thought you were meaning like little gifts, like stocking stuffers, or like, hey, you want socks?
Well, not little, because like
Okay.
then kids, not me, but some kids might.
Well, thank you, Oakley, for sharing and talking about Christmas with me. You excited? It's in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
It's good. Well, y'all, thank you so much for tuning into this micro episode revolving around Christmas with my son, Oakley. We hope that y'all have a wonderful holiday season with your families. We hope that you feel loved and valued and known and seen. And as you enter into this holiday season and live it out, we hope that you will choose to be kind, choose to be grateful, and choose to encourage. And we'll see you back next year for another episode of Heather's Most Precious. Bye, y'all.
Of Christmas.
Heather's Most Precious is brought to you with love by the Hendrickson Agency, an insurance agency serving all of Georgia and Tennessee. The Hendrickson Agency, properly protecting your most precious possessions. Support for Heather's Most Precious is provided by Study.com, which offers SAT and ACT study materials and even has resources for AP and college credit courses. Listeners of Heather's Most Precious get 30% off their first 3 months of any subscription level with offer code PRECIOUS. Just go to Study.com and use offer code PRECIOUS at checkout. Heather's Most Precious is produced by Chattanooga Podcast Studios and is part of the Podnooga Network. Find out more at ChattanoogaPodcastStudios.com. Thanks again for listening. We'll be back soon with another episode of Heather's Most Precious.